It is. I mean, knowing how to.
All right, so Doug and I are working on Take Five, the classic Dave Brubeck composition, written by Paul Desmond. Of course, everybody associates it with Dave Brubeck Quartet, but the saxophone player, Paul Desmond, wrote it. And the rhythm is tricky, as we are discussing here. I notated the rhythm for the first phrase here. It's just this one phrase that leads us to this new phrase here. But what's important is that you really count those empty spaces. One, two, three, four and five and one and two and three, four, five, one. And I would just master that first. One, two, three, four and five and one and two and three, four, five, one. And then just to go on and demonstrate, do the chords. One, two, three, four, five, one, two, three, four and five and one and two and three, four, five, one. And then we can add in the rest of it and do this rhythm, this pattern, this 4, 5, 1. All right, so it's Doug's turn.
Okay.
And go
One,
through that process. Count one, two, three of nothing, and then
one.
come in on four.
So it's gonna be one, two, three, 4 and 5 and 1 and
Great.
2,
Yeah,
four,
four and
five,
five and
and
one
one,
and two and three,
three,
4, 5,
five,
1.
one.
And I wouldn't worry about this stuff yet until you can just really
Right.
master that opening phrase. Because there's just a couple motifs happening here. Of course, you got different notes, but
Right.
once you get the phrasing of it, that's what's most important, the timing of it, essentially. And then you can add in the details, like the articulation, make these staccato, make these slurred, and on the recording you were doing it some little sliding here even if you want to get into those articulations. Those are the details, but those to me you can work those out a little bit later. It's like adding style to something, once you get the basic idea. So I kind of played a little bit more kind of everything kind of more generic phrasing wise. You can slide later. You can add the glissando or hammer on, whatever you want later. Here, though, however, I would articulate this as we'll do this. Definitely, we want to get that slurred as this riff as well. Same idea, and I didn't count it, but it was 1, 2, 3. It's on beat 4. Same thing with this one. 1, 2, 3. And it should be your target is beat 5. So it's 4 and a 1. Sorry. 4 and a 5. I forgot we're in 5/4. 4 and a 5. 4 and a 5. We'll talk about that again in a second. I'm almost ready to put on the metronome here so we can actually practice this. Can you do that one more time?
Okay.
1 and 3, 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 1. And just do that phrase so you really feel confident of your timing.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Yeah,
and
don't slow down those eighth notes. So if you go
yeah,
one,
right.
two,
One,
three,
three,
4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. So another good tip is to subdivide the eighth notes from the get-go. So if you're going one
oh yeah,
and two
two
and
and
three
three
and
and
4 and 5 and 1. So you already are subdividing those eighth notes. One and
and
two
two
and
and
three
three
and
and
4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Nice, nice sliding too. Great, do that again. That was
Yeah.
excellent. The
One
sliding,
and
the sliding was sweet sounding. You got to really watch your fingering at a quicker tempo. I would just be careful of that. But again, if you work it out and practice it slowly at first, many times, then it'll just kind of be natural for you to do that. So. but that's good, and that's your own articulation of it.
Well, it's sometimes it has to do with being lazy with two finger,
Oh, it sound yeah, right. Yeah, guitar players love to slide around with one finger. So try
Yeah.
that again. That was
Okay.
beautiful. One
One,
and two
two,
and
and
three and
three, and oops, I missed that. Try it again. One, two, and three, and boom.
four, five, one. Great. Okay, excellent. See, so now I'm going to go ahead and just remove the count here because it's gonna. I'm going to
Okay.
push play. This is set, so we can actually practice with the metronome. So let me go ahead and erase this count. I know it helps quite a bit to see the counting, but once you understand the concept, you're set. Again, you want to think of it as starting your phrase on beat four, right here, 4 5 1, 4 5 1, and then you got that 1 2 3. So we're dividing the 5 4 into 3 plus 2 over 4. Compound, basically. That's your odd time signature. You're thinking 1 2 3 1 2 1, but of course we say 4 5. All right, that's a little confusing. I know if that's new. Here's a metronome. We can even do a count in, but we can just do this. I'll do the count in. On Sound Slice, when you do the count in, it gives you 4 beats of nothing. It just defaults to 4 beat. So what that or 1 bar long. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Maybe they'll give us five. I don't think I've ever practiced in 5/4 on Sound Slice. Yeah. So interesting. They gave us the
Oh,
5/4. They gave us five counts.
five.
But what's interesting when you hear that cowbell as a metronome,
Yeah.
they gave us five of them, and then you would come in right here. But you kind of have to program yourself to think four and five and, if that makes sense. I'll show you what I mean. I'll yell out four and five and as I play along with this with the metronome here. I'll turn it up a little bit. Listen to this. 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4 5 1 2 3. 2 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4 5 1 2 3. 2 3. B section. And of course, we've already talked about the B section last week. 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. Just like the comping pattern. So,
Can I
anyways,
ask you a question on the comping pattern? If you're playing that,
yeah.
to help with if you sort of, is it, do you hit that?
No, I would not hit the
No?
E flat twice,
Okay.
the bass note. It would just be right to the B flat. So it'd be this 1 and 3, 4, 5. And you could do, I like to do just a bass riff on the B flat minor. But if I was just comping, I'd go, but I kind of prefer this. I like the little riff. I think that's
Yeah.
where
So,
I think I have that in my head from the recording. Yeah, make don't rush to 4 5. Make that really strong. Go 4 5 1,
okay. Right.
like almost make it staccato too, or long. Yeah, you're making it long, but I would almost go
Oh,
4 5 1. Yeah, and again, that's where I'm saying you want to divide it up into 3 plus 2, 1 and 3, and then here's 4 5 1 and 3, 4 5 1 and 3, 4 5 1. And then when I'm practicing the melody, check it out. 1 and 3 right here. 4 5 1 and 3. So the melody again starts, the pickup notes starts where the B flat minor 7 chord would be. Or if you're doing the riff, instead of doing that, you do this. Okay. Here it is with the metronome. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit here. Um, and I'm not going to add the chord in, but just to show you again. Yeah, you can play along with me here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 and 4, 5, 1. And again, we could even just loop that, but we want to just get the timing of it.
Right.
Let's go on. Let's go on. If you want to give that a try by yourself once. 4, 5, 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4, 5, 1. Yeah, and again, ideally that would just could be a loop there.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a little bit more fun to get the next phrase down. And then my recommendation for this, and that was phrase one. Essentially, we're dividing it up. The phrase two here is once you land on that note, this is the beginning of the next little phrase here. So we have this 2, 3. And again, to me, what's important is that you make sure you give the duration of 3 counts to that one note. 1, 2, 3. And the slur, what's important with the slur is that that you get us to this note here, the D flat. And the tendency is to rush these notes, and that's
Right.
that's okay. I mean, it sounds good to do that. A lot of people do that as almost like a triplet, and then this would be
Right.
an eighth. And that's not what's written here, but again, it's
Yeah. Playing
subjective.
that slur, it almost like you get hung up then on the E flat. It's like,
Yeah, if you do the slur too quickly as a triplet, it'd be like this. But if you want to even, I'm tapping my foot, so I'm just making that little exercise. Nice, good. So again, you want to put that on beat what?
uh, the slur, that's on three. Those are 16th notes, so it has to be on four.
Yes, so it's four E and a five.
Four
Four.
E and a five.
So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Three.
1, 2, 3. And then you can get us to the next. It's
That's three
actually kind of
beats
just
again.
one. Yeah, it's really just one long phrase, but I'm just breaking down into little licks here. So again, now if we start here, we want to make sure we get this one on four. So we do this 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And make sure you land right on beat 5. This is where we can even loop this with the metronome. Just that.
Mhm.
2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the loop didn't really happen. But we can loop it. Let's see,
Yep.
why isn't it looping? Oh, maybe I don't have it. Loop. There. And then now, 2, 3,
Three,
4,
four,
5.
five. 2, 3.
See, we got to do that over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And it's in the loops of time. The metronome cuts out the beat one, so it sounds a little bit funny that there's no cowbell there or whatever setting, whatever voice you want to have. But now, check it out. Now we can loop. Well, that doesn't quite make sense to loop that. We'd have to do this. But I'm gonna loop that much of it here, and I'm gonna play those pickup notes. Two. Okay, well, I guess that wasn't a great example of how to loop it. I did start here, so yeah. And then similarly, we have this phrase. Ooh, yeah, you changed the note there. That's 5, 6, 5. I think you did
Yeah.
6, 7, 6.
Did I? Okay.
That was kind of wicked. That was like something Grant Green would have done. But it's modal, so it's to the B flat minor chord that you want the not B flat seven. Same timing as here though. So yeah, the emphasis the drive needs to be to this note here. That's on beat five. So you can make that nice and strong and staccato and accent even. But listen to it starting here, like we did here. Similarly, it's 1, 2, 3. So again, I kind of emphasize this note with an accent, and I made it a little bit more staccato. I didn't let it ring for the full quarter, and then I ended here. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. You got to be careful if you're shifting your hand. I would not recommend moving your hand for this 16th note. Try to keep it all in position like this. I know a lot of people don't like to use their pinky, but if you move your hand, especially in a run like that, the 16th note,
Yeah, more chance to make a
the,
mistake. Yeah.
the target is this note. So you want to go here, there. There you go. That was nice. So for practice again, you got to start from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. And then now we can just loop that, except it's not going to go on, it's just going to go back. But that's for practice, and we can loop these two measures. I'm just demonstrating again, practicing with sound slides. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, guess what I'm going to do now? Backtrack and loop those two
Two
phrases,
phrases.
which kind of equals one phrase ultimately. But check it out. 5 counts, start right on beat one, and make sure you go 1, 2. You got to say the 2, 3 to yourself. I suggest. So check it out. 2, 3. 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. I know it's a little bit odd looping that, but you'll get the hang of it. 2, 3. That's what's important, that you get the timing of that 2, 3, the space here. Yeah. Yeah, and that's okay if sometimes your fingers will turn into a 16th note triplet and eighth. That's okay. It's not a big deal. Again, it's kind of a player thing. As long as you're in time, the phrasing, we're talking about some subtle details here. And then let's get rid of the loop here. And then here, we resolve it, and then we repeat it. So there it is. So let's practice the whole thing.
Okay.
And oh, the second phrase, though, just so you remember, on the slur here, this is how Paul Desmond wrote it. It reverses. So the lower phrase is first, and then he goes to the higher.
Yeah, right.
So 5 counts of nothing, and then we actually come in here. This is because of the metronome on this program. We actually come in on beat 4. So check it out. Oh, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of nothing, and then yell out 4 and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4, 5. Count 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 4, 5. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Um, I think I heard you play the same phrase twice, but remember the low
Yes,
phrase
yes.
reverses, and
Right.
but it actually sounds cool. It'd be a harmony if that happens. I've done that before live with a
Oh,
different player, and it sounds great. They sound
I'll
great
bet. Yeah.
together. It's over the same chords, and it's kind of meant to be a harmony, probably. How was the tempo for you? Was that good?
That's good. That's a good tempo. Yeah. But
That's a
but
good
it's nice
tempo.
to have the sound slice beating it out for you while it's playing
I
because
s-
it helps you instead of
oh
speeding up
I
and slowing down.
I agree. Oh yeah, this and in the yelling out of the 2-3, I think right here in the space, that's very important. Just remember that the phrase kind of has that pickup note. It's like 4-5-1. That's very important. 4-5-1. That concept. Same thing here. Do da da da. 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1. So again, it's very compositional. It's written out that way. Let's try it again at 70, then we'll end it for today. 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 and 5. 1 and 2 and 3. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 4, 5. 2, 3. 2, 3. Let's keep going for fun. 4, 5. 1 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1, 2, 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 4, 5. Count. 2, 3. 2, 3. Nice. And again, I'm yelling out those 2 3s.
No, that's important. Yeah.
That's so important. And of course, that was at 70. That was a good tempo. I'm adding some swing. And it's kind of I'm swinging it very lightly within those eighth note time frame, but I'm also adding accents a little bit on the ands to help make it swing a little bit. You don't have to do that. That's very subjective. But here it is at 100. You don't have to do this with me. I'll just do a quick demo
Yeah.
of how you can practice it. Hopefully, get it up to tempo. 4, 5. 2, 3. That's important. 2, 3.
Three.
2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1 and 3. 4 and 5 and 1, 2, 3. And then you'll always know when to come in. 2, 3. You yell out 2, 3. 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Beautiful. Yeah, yeah. And then again, the beautiful thing about this is that we can use this now and we can practice our comping. We can practice our comping. 4 and 5. 4, 5. we'll stop there for now.